Hello and welcome back to our channel once again. The name is still Classy Forex and we are here to simplify the complicated. Alright, so our first pair on the list on our pre-market analysis this weekend is EURNZD. So EURNZD, let's begin for a 3 months time frame and then break it all the way down to 4 hour time before we can find entry. Alright, so on a 3 months time frame of EURNZD, we have the 3 months upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then lower zone. Let's take our time and explain. If you look very close at the 3 months time frame, we can see consistent level of buy pressure from this support level, always pushing price to the upside when contact is made. And when price made contact recently over here, it formed what a bullish engulfing candle, which has reversed it all the way to the upside. So currently, on the 3 months time frame, it is a buyer's market. Buyers are in control. Where are they pushing the market? They are pushing price all the way to this resistance level of what? Sensitivity. Now the question is, how are we going to be able to find entries before price gets to this resistance level? That's what we are going to investigate as we take you to the various time frames together. Alright, so let's take it all the way to the monthly time frame and add more meaning. Alright, so this is also the monthly time frame of EURNZD. Now EURNZD on the monthly time frame, we have the monthly upper zone and then the monthly lower zone here. So what happened on the monthly? On the monthly, price was able, or buyers were able to break above the monthly resistance level with a push all the way to the upside. Now after creating the push on the monthly, price made contact with the what? The monthly resistance level above. We saw about a strong pin bar, but sellers couldn't bring the market up for retest as high before going all the way up. Instead, buyers were still strong, and even after this one candle confirmation for reversal, buyers were able to push through and manage to break above and trade above the monthly resistance level again here on the monthly time frame. So you can clearly see that buyers are still in control, trading above the what? The monthly resistance. So this will tell us the amount of buy pressure that is in the market on EURNZD. Alright, now that price are back over here, how are we going to be able to pick buying opportunities to the upside since it is also confirmed on the monthly? Let's take it again to weekly for more closer understanding. Alright, so this is also the weekly time frame of EURNZD. Now EURNZD on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly mid-range zone. What has happened on the weekly? On the weekly, we can see that price has made a push to the upside, which is what? The higher high. After higher high, it dropped down for higher low, and after higher low, where should price go? It should be able to move all the way to the upside. So how are we going to be able to pick the buying opportunity to go all the way up here to reach the next resistance level of the weekly? Let's find out as we take it again to the daily time frame for more closer understanding. Alright, so this is the daily time frame of EURNZD. Now EURNZD on the daily time frame, we are going to study the daily very well, know where price will pick buy pressure on the daily before we can go all the way to the upside. Now look at the daily time for EURNZD. We have the daily mid-range zone over here. What happened on the daily? Price is an uptrend on the daily. This was a push, this was an exhaustion, another push the upside higher high, another exhaustion higher low. Price made another push, made contact with the what? The daily mid-range zone. I failed to break above to continue all the way up. Instead, it has seen sell pressure from this what? Daily resistance level, bringing the market all the way to the downside. So according to the daily, where should price get before buy pressure come in? Sellers should push the market all the way down back to this level of sensitivity before buyers can come in and push price all the way to the upside. It's very simple. Okay, so according to the daily, since buyers have failed to break above this resistance level, sellers are taking control. They're going to push the market back down here to pick the second wave of buy pressure from here, which will move price all the way to the upside. Now, since price has not gotten here to see the second wave of buy pressure to go the way up, what are we going to do? We are going to look for an entry to sell from here all the way down to this support level before the overall buy pressure comes in, and then we also move it to the upside in that manner. Simple as that. So first we're looking for sell opportunity down here where price can see enough buy momentum to go all the way to the upside. Now let's take it all the way to a 4 hour time frame and look at how we are going to manage to sell from here before price goes all the way up. Alright, so this is the 4 hour time frame of EURNZD. Now EURNZD on the 4 hour time frame, let's put meaning into it very quickly. Alright, so this is the 4 hour time frame of EURNZD, and this is how we're going to pick our entry to the upside. If you look closely at the 4 hour time frame for EURNZD, price was moving in a range or a consolidation period over here. Horizontal level of buy pressure and then horizontal level of sell pressure. But that range has been broken to the downside, giving us what? A lower low. After lower low, we see lower high or retest, and after that, price should be able to drop all the way to the downside. So remember, we are capitalizing on the sell pressure from the daily resistance, which is coming all the way back down to the monthly support, where price will find enough buy pressure to move all the way to the upside. You understand? Yes, so what is going to be the candle confirmation? Immediately price gives what? A bearish engulfing candle, a segment pin bar, or evening star here. That will be the confirmation for us to sell all the way down to this one. Monthly support before price finds the buy pressure it needs to move in the overall direction of the market. So USDCHF, this is our full and complete technical analysis. A very beautiful setup that we can make good money. I think it's about 1:3:1 ratio. Yes, 1:3:1 ratio. Very good pair for us to make money on us. So now let's move to the next pair on our list as well. Alright, so next pair is going to be USDCHF. Right, so USDCHF, let's take it all the way to a 3 months time frame. Know the direction of the market on the 3 months and how we can pick entry to the upside on USDCHF. I mean to the downside on USDCHF. Alright, so this is what USDCHF on the 3 months time frame. Let's take our time and explain. Now on the 3 months, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, lower zone, and then another lower zone over here. Let's explain. If you look at the 3 months time frame of USDCHF, sorry, price in a downtrend. Why? This was a lower low, lower high, another lower low, another lower high, and the price has dropped all the way to a downside. So the overall direction of the 3 months time frame on USDCHF is to the downside, right? And then sellers have been able to break below the support level, heading close to where? To the downside. So USDCHF, all that we're going to look for is what? A selling opportunity to the downside, because we know that this is what? A seller's market. How are we going to be able to pick selling opportunities to the downside on USDCHF? Let's find out as we take it again to the monthly time frame and add more meaning. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of USDCHF. Now USDCHF on the monthly time frame, we are seeing almost the exact same thing as we saw on the 3 months. Why? Because buyers are breaking below support level to the downside. They are in control. I mean sellers, they are in control. So we are expecting more sell pressure to the downside on USDCHF. So USDCHF, we are only looking for selling opportunity because we know that the sell pressure is very strong, and that is where our money lies. Alright, let's take it again to the weekly time to understand what is going on here on the weekly and how the sell opportunities will come into the downside on USDCHF. So USDCHF, let's go all the way to the weekly time frame. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of USDCHF. Let's dissect the weekly. Let's know what price is doing on the weekly and how we are going to play along as well. Now, on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the weekly time frame. This was a push to the downside, which gave us a lower low, an exhaustion lower high. Price has broken above previous lower low. So where does it go next? It gives us a new lower low on the weekly support. Then it goes up for lower high. The cycle continues like that to the downside. So USDCHF, we are expecting price to sell from here all the way down to complete the weekly lower low. Now, how are we going to be able to pick entry below here to sell all the way to the downside on USDCHF? Let's find out as we take it again to the daily time frame for more info. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of USDCHF. Now USDCHF on the daily time frame, we have the daily upper zone and then the daily lower zone. Price is in a downtrend on the daily time. You can see that it began from here, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, under lower low, another lower high, which has retested the daily resistance level. So we are expecting price to move continuously from there to the downside. So USDCHF, we are looking for a selling opportunity right exactly here at the lower high of the daily here to sell to the downside as well. How do we pick the selling opportunity from here to the downside on USDCHF? Let's find out as we take it again to a 4-hour time frame and then continue. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame on USDCHF. Now USDCHF on the 4-hour time frame, I have about 5 mounts over here. Alright, so I have about 5 mounts over here. So let's talk about these mounts or mines or whatever their name is. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of USDCHF. Let me adjust it well. Alright, so if you look closer at USDCHF on the 4-hour time frame, you have the full H upper and then the full H lower zone. What is happening on the 4-hour time frame? On the 4-hour time frame, you can see the price has made contact at the daily resistance level, and all those contacts have seen sell pressure. This was the first contact. price was sell pressure, the second contact sell pressure, the third contact sell pressure, fourth contact sell pressure. So we are going to be expecting what the fifth contact, okay, because we know that there's a lot of sell pressure here. If price meets contact again on this one sell pressure area and we see a candle confirmation, we will sell on the way to a downside on USDCHF. So USDCHF, this is our full and complete technical analysis. Okay, I'm expecting price to make another contact to reach what? This fifth mouse, and then from there you look for candle confirmation to sell on the way to a downside on USDCHF. So USDCHF, this is our full and complete technical analysis. Very beautiful pair as well. We can also make a good money on it. Let's move to the next one on board. All right, so the next one on board is EURUSD. Let's go to EURUSD. 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 All right, so EURUSD, let's begin the analysis also from the 3 months time frame. Know where price going on the 3 months and how we can pick our entry in that direction as well. All right, so this is the 3 months time frame of EURUSD. We have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. What is happening on 3 months? On the 3 months, we can see our strong level of buy pressure from this support level, which is what moving price the upside anytime there's contact made. Price has made contact again over here, and you are seeing the same thing, buy pressure, push it all the way to the upside. But this buy pressure must end somewhere on the what? The 3 months time frame. Where is it going to end? It's going all the way to end at the next resistance level to create what? To create equal highs. You understand? But how is price going to get to the resistance level of the 3 months? That's what we are going to find out. So let's take it again to the monthly time frame where we can add more meaning to this analysis. Alright, so this is the monthly time frame of USDCHF. And if you look closely at USDCHF on the monthly time frame, we have the EURUSD, sorry, we have the monthly upper zone and then the monthly lower zone as well. Now EURUSD on the monthly, price has been able to break above this strong resistance level or this strong equal highs to the upside, and after that we saw about higher high, but sellers couldn't push the market down to create higher low. Instead, buyers were so strong and they broke above the monthly resistance level. So you can clearly see that buyers have taken control and they are now trading above this monthly resistance level, which means that there's more opportunities for us to pick buys to the upside on EURUSD. But EURUSD, how is the buy going to come in? Let's take it again to the weekly time frame and add more meaning as well. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame of EURUSD. Now, EURUSD on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly mid-range zone. What exactly is going on the weekly? Let's find out. So we have the weekly push the upside, which was higher high. We saw weekly exhaustion, higher low, and then we expect weekly continuation push the upside to at least reach the next resistance level, give us another higher low, and the cycle continues like that to the upside. But price has not yet made contact with this resistance level, and that's what we're going to do. We are going to find buying opportunities from here to go all the way to the upside. So for now, on the weekly time frame, you can clearly see that price is looking above the weekly resistance or the weekly higher high over here, and then it is looking above us. So we're expecting this move to make contact, retest, and then we buy all the way to the upside. So first of all, we're looking for buying pressure from here to reach this resistance to complete the next higher high on the weekly time frame. So that's it also for the weekly. Let's go all the way to the daily time frame and add more meaning. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of EURUSD. Now EURUSD on the daily time frame, let's add another closer meaning to it as well. If you look closely at EURUSD on the daily time frame, we have the daily mid-range. So price is an uptrend on the daily, following the overall direction of the market. So this was a push upside, this was an exhaustion, and that push upside, breaking above this resistance level. Price reached daily mid-range zone and has dropped all the way down for another higher low. So from here, we're expecting price to move continuously to the upside in that manner. So we found where we are going to pick the entry, which is at the daily higher low, to go all the way to the upside. Now, how do you pick buys at the daily higher low to reach the weekly resistance and the new weekly higher high? Let's find out as we take it again to a forward time frame and then continue. All right, let's go. All right, so this is the 4-hour time frame. How am I going to pick my entry on EURUSD? Let's find out. All right, so EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame, how do we pick the buy? Very simple. If you look closely at the 4-hour time frame of EURUSD, we have the 4-hour mid-range zone. Price is in a downtrend on the 4-hour. Why? Because it broke below the support level to give us a lower low, a lower high. We saw equal low, Price went up, came back for another equal loop, went up again to create equal high, and has dropped down back again, and we are seeing buy pressure point. So you can clearly see that what, although on the forward time frame, this is what, a downtrend, we also see consistent level of buy pressure from the monthly support level, which wants to push price all the way to the upside. Now remember, this is the what? The daily higher high, and this is also the daily higher low. I hope you guys remember. So we're expecting buy pressure from here to move all the way to the upside. Alright, now how do we pick the entry? I would love to pick my entry somewhere around here on the forward time frame, but I need to see confirmations first. So EURUSD on the forward time frame, I'll be expecting what? A strong candle confirmation over here. Price can drop a little bit to the downside, and then come with a strong what? Candle confirmation somewhere around here, whether a bullish engulfing candle, a signal pin bar, or morning start. Now use that as confirmation to buy all the way to the upside. So EURUSD, I'm looking for buying opportunity right here to move all the way to the upside once I see what? Candle confirmations. Now remember, like I said, this area is the daily higher low. This is also the daily higher high. So there's more buy pressure here that can potentially push price all the way to the upside of EURUSD. So EURUSD, this is also a full and complete technical analysis. Let's go to the next pair on board, which is going to be gold. So gold, what has happened on gold? Let's find out very quickly. Alright, so gold, let's begin the analysis on the weekly time frame. Alright, so this is the weekly time frame on gold. Where is the direction of gold? Okay, where is gold going? What has gold done? Let's find out. Alright, so good. We are beginning on the weekly time frame very quick. So this is the weekly time frame on gold. Now gold on the weekly time frame, we have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower. So let's explain something over here. Price has made what? Triple touch on this resistance level, and all those times it saw sell pressure to the downside. Now when price made contact on the third time, okay, we saw sell pressure, but along the way buyers came in with the buy pressure and it's pushing the market all the way to the upside. Now we can ask questions over here on the weekly. Is this buy pressure what? A pullback for price to drop? Because it will make sense for somebody to see that what? This is what? A move to the downside, a pullback, and then the continuation of the move. Okay, so we are asking questions. Is this move a pullback, or is it going to have push price back to its previous resistance level? So two questions that requires an answer, all right? And we are going to get the answer here before we go to the other time frames. So will price go up here to reach this area, or will price come down to reach this support level? Now the answer is price is going all the way up to this one, resistance level. Why? Because I can see the price has formed a pin bar. And we know that the pin bar is what? It's a reversal candle. So definitely, there's going to be more buy pressure from here to move price up to retest its what? Previous resistance level again. So gold, we are looking for opportunities to buy all the way to the weekly resistance level. But how do we buy to the weekly resistance level? Let's take it again to the daily time frame. Okay, so this is the daily time frame of gold. Now gold on the daily time frame, let's put meaning into it as quick as possible. Okay, so this is daily time frame on gold. Now gold on the daily, we have the daily upper zone and then the daily lower zone. On the daily, we can see that our price saw sell pressure from here, broke all the way down to give us what? A lower low. Then after lower, we give us a lower high. And even after lower high, there was candle confirmation to a bearish engulfing candle, which pushed price further to a downside. But this bearish engulfing candle was not strong enough to bring the market down at least back to its previous support level. Instead, buy pressure came in early from here and it's moving the market all the way to the upside. If you look very closely, we can even see that what? This can even be what? A head and shoulder formation, which is maybe going to reverse the market all the way to the upside. And it's very correct. It's very correct if you are also seeing what? This beautiful one, head and shoulder formation, which is all indicating that there's more buy pressure in the market. But currently price has made contact with its previous one, high over here on the daily time frame. Will it be able to break and go all the way up here? And if so, how is the break going to happen before we can also pick entry to the upside? Let's find out as we go through the forward time frame for the answer. So on the 4H, we are going to find out how we manage to pick entry to the upside on gold, because we know that what? This move is the pin bar that we saw on what? On the weekly, and then it should be able to push price further to the upside. Alright, let's go all the way to the forward time and prepare for entry. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of what? Of gold. Now, gold in the 4-hour time frame, let's put meaning into it and finalize everything over here. Okay, now if you look very closely at the 4-hour time frame on gold, okay, if you look very closely at the 4-hour time frame on gold, we have the 4H upper zone and then the 4H lower zone as well. Price has broken above the 4-hour resistance level to the upside, which is the clear indication of what buyers are in control. Now, price has made contact with the daily resistance level. We know definitely what our price may see sell pressure from the daily resistance level. And if we see sell pressure from daily resistance, where does it go? It comes back here as higher low. Then we can find entry here to the upside. And that's number one. So number one entry is that if buyers are unable to break above and sellers are able to see sell pressure from here, then price will use that as retest to give us higher low for us to buy to the upside. So one way that we are going to buy on gold is that price will drop down here, higher low, and then we buy all the way to the upside. Because of what? This pin bar and also the sell pressure from the daily resistance level. Number two, if this scenario does not happen, but instead buyers are able to push above and break above, then wait for retest and we also buy to the upside in that same manner. So you see where we are heading to. So this is our first entry on gold. Retest as higher low, and then we buy all the way to the upside. So first entry scenario, this is our first entry scenario because the sell pressure from daily resistance and price has been giving us what? A bearish pin bar over here. That's our first entry scenario. Second entry scenario is that if sellers are unable to bring the market down for retest before we can buy, and instead it breaks above, buyers breaks above, retest the same area of sensitivity, then what are we going to do? We are going to buy also to the upside. So these are the two scenarios on how we are going to pick our entry on gold. So gold, we are done with full and complete technical analysis. Let's go to the next pair on board, which is NZDUSD. So we are going to end the analysis with NZDUSD. NZDUSD. So NZDUSD, I'm looking for a buying opportunity. Why? Let's go all the way to a 3 months time frame and begin with the analysis from there. Okay, so this is the 3 months time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the 3 months time frame, we have the upper zone, the mid-range zone, and then the lower zone. There's continuous level of buy pressure from this upper level, which is what moving price to the upside strongly when contact is made. So we know that this buy pressure is definitely going all the way up to at least make contact with what 8 previous what resistance level. But how are we going to be able to pick what buying opportunities which will take price all the way to this resistance level? That's what we're going to find out as we take you to the various time frames together. So NZDUSD, let's go all the way to the monthly and add more meaning. Okay, so this is the monthly time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the monthly time frame, let's put meaning into it as well. On the monthly, we have the monthly mid-range. What happened on the monthly? Price has also been able to break above the monthly resistance level here to the upside, meaning that buyers are in control and they are definitely going to be more buy pressure from here to push price all the way up because we have a free range to go all the way to the upside. Alright, so we also understand for the monthly that price will go up because it has broken above resistance level. Let's take it again to the weekly time frame and add more meaning. Okay, so this is also the weekly time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the weekly, we have the weekly upper and then the weekly lower. So what has happened on the weekly time frame? On the weekly, we saw that price made a push, retest as higher low, went up again, made another push, under retest, giving us what double confirmation here. It has gone all the way up for what? More push the upside, and it has gone back to what? To the resistance over here. So we are expecting buy pressure to move from here to the upside. So NZDUSD, I'm expecting price to pick buy pressure from this resistance level as support now to go all the way to the upside. But how would my buying opportunity coming from here to the upside? Let's go all the way to the daily time frame to find out what exactly is going on the daily. Alright, so this is also the daily time frame of NZDUSD. Now NZDUSD on the daily time frame, let's take our time and analyze this area because this area is very, very crucial. If you look at NZDUSD on the daily, this area was what? Sell pressure, which became buy pressure and buy pressure here. So we are expecting what? Buy pressure from this level to move price all the way to upside. And according to the daily, this is what? A daily push, which gives us a higher high, This is a daily exhaustion, which gives us a higher low. So we're expecting buy pressure to come in and move price all the way to the upside. So NZDUSD, this is exactly where we're looking for a selling opportunity to buy, a buying opportunity to what? To move price or to buy all the way to the upside in that manner. So how are we going to be able to buy from here to the upside on NZDUSD? Let's find out as we take it again to the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so this is the 4-hour time frame of NZDUSD, and this is exactly how we are going to pick our entry to the upside. So if you look at NZDUSD on the 4-hour time, what do you see? We have the 4-hour mid-range zone, press the downtrend on the 4-hour, lower low, lower high, equal low, equal high, and price has dropped back to the what? The equal low level again. Now remember, this is what? The daily higher low, and this is the daily higher high. So this area is where we are expecting buy pressure to move price all the way to the upside. Now, we can buy in two ways. The first one is aggressive, the second one is conservative. Why? This area is what? It's a support level. First touch, second touch, and this is the third touch, giving us what? A triple bottom. You understand? A triple bottom over here. Now, at triple bottom, we can wait for a candle confirmation, be it a bullish engulfing candle, signal pin bar, or morning star, then we can buy all the way to the upside. So if we are able to buy on triple bottom over here, our first TP is going to be at the 4-hour resistance level, because the 4-hour resistance level can bring the market down again. Okay, so if you manage to pick one, first entry here on candle confirmation, TP1 is here. But if you don't manage to pick any entry here, and then price goes all the way up, brace above this 4-hour resistance level to give us a higher high, and then higher low. What do? We also wait for candle confirmation, and we buy all the way to the upside. So you see the two ways that we're going to buy NZDUSD. First one is here, which is very aggressive on candle confirmation. Second entry is also going to be here. So if you miss this entry, you can expect this entry as well. So that's it also for what? NZDUSD. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for coming in and watching me again do my pre-market analysis. Peace, stay classy and pre-classy. But remember, if you're watching me on TikTok, make sure to go to my profile. The link of my Telegram channel is below my profile. Click on it and join. If you're also watching me here on YouTube, make sure to go to the description of the video. The link of my Telegram channel is there. Click and join. Receive signals each and every week. If you're also looking for the best course and mentorship in the game, I got you covered. My contact, everything is in the description. Message me and let's talk about it. Peace. Stay classy, free classy, guys. I'm out.